Chapter 7. Trust the Turtles. Once in my room, I realize I should not have eaten the whole thing. I am too full and I'm afraid I might explode. I lay in bed scrolling through my phone, trying not to fall asleep, to avoid waking up vomiting. Before I know it, I'm far away in dreamland, without realizing how I transitioned. Although I can sense I am dreaming this time, every object looks very real and there is so much detail to my surroundings. The green grassland, different types of bushes, and a gray lizard that squirrels away when I walk closer, make me wonder again if this is more than a dream, but it has to be because how else would I end up in this eerie place? I keep walking, and I see some tall trees in the distance behind a hill. As I get closer, I notice they are awiwadi trees. This place feels familiar. I realize where I am when I see the creeks emerging at the base of the trees. These are the water springs in my hometown. The swing's set and the benches are gone though. The welcome sign as well. Where are the houses neighboring the springs? Maybe it's a different place. Dreaming. I am dreaming. There are about 14 to 18 trees in one single spot over the springs. This is where the snake is celebrated for providing protection to the people of the town. The springs look different without the presence of human life. I walk under the trees and towards one small spring where crystal clear water flows through the brown intertwined roots of the awiwadi trees. I lean down and scoop some water with my hand and drink it. This doesn't taste like anything, nor does it satisfy my thirst. I sit down to drink more water, and I see gray little minnows swimming against the current in a hurry. I smile when I see two tiny turtles swimming out of their hiding place and start swimming around my hand. I open my palm and one of them goes on it. I stand up and bring my hand closer to my eyes. Grayish, green tiny shell, and so fragile once I touch it with my thumb. It extends its neck as I hold it close to my face. She's as intrigued by me as I am by her. Its shell displays a faint pattern that looks like a map. It makes me feel scared for some reason. Not the turtle itself, but the lines on its shell. Trust the turtles, I hear. It's not an audible voice, it's only an echo in my head. Is it this tiny creature I'm holding? I stare at its yellow diminutive eyes as the clear eyelids blink. Its ivory pupils stare deep into my soul. I could probably fit 4 turtles the size of this one on the palm of my hand. The turtle suddenly startles and jerks away. I struggle to catch it from hand to hand until it falls back in the water and rapidly swims into a small underwater cave. A strong wind passes through, making the giant trees whistle throughout the calmness of the prairie grasslands. I look around and the day feels less peaceful. I get out from under the trees, fearing there is someone behind one of the trunks. I hear thunder, despite no sign of a cloud anywhere. There must be a storm coming behind the mountains. I walk towards another of the springs, which is under the open sky. After a few minutes, I see my target, which opens into a pool before it continues down into a water canal. The water looks very clean, but that's only because no one is disturbing the bottom, which is nothing but dark gray mud. I still remember jumping in as a child and swimming in gray soup for the rest of the day. I can see several small colonies of minnows, and one fully grown turtle with algae covering its shell. My guess is it's a mud turtle. Several golden lines, covered by long green hair flawlessly flowing underwater, are reflected by the sun on the shell. I wonder if they form the same patterns as the baby turtle did. I try to follow it, but it disappears under a cloud of watercress. I reach the biggest of the water spring openings. This part looks scary. We were always told this is where the snake lived. I don't know if it's true, but the opening is big and dark. I can see little pebbles being pushed out by the strength of the current. Can the snake even go in the hole against the water pressure? Why am I even giving it a thought? The snake is figurative. Those should be the questions asked by Michael. It is a belief and a celebration, but I wonder how the people in town would phrase it. Does it hold the same importance as any other religion? Probably. There are too many ways to spirituality to believe only one is the right one. Plus some truths only became truths a few hundred years ago. What to believe if the new truth is based on the old truth? Does the old truth become a lie if the new truth is more valuable? Or would the old truth hold more power over the new truth? I'm sure it depends on what's more convenient at the time of asking. Will it change as time goes on? Would that mean we believe in a future lie? That would be disappointing. Does that mean no one is holding the truth ever? Maybe everything is true, who knows at this rate. A sparkle of light startles me into turning back to look at the spring vent. I shudder because of the similarity of the snake's eye from my other dream. I prick up my neck to look from a different angle, but I see nothing but endless darkness. The current must be strong right in that spot, so it's most likely some type of mineral being pushed out of the Earth's guts. The rays of sun reflecting into my eyes do the rest to make me paranoid. Still, I don't think I like it here. No! I keep forgetting it's a dream. How do I wake up? Wake up. I am dreaming, I am almost sure of that. Wake up. How does that ever happen? Can't I just turn a switch on somewhere in my brain if my brain is already active? I wish I could control my dreams. As I walk away from the edge of the pool, through the vast grassy field, a faint dark cloud ring starts forming right on top of me. I feel my body stiffen. More clouds appear out of nowhere to join the funnel forming in the sky. The wind has not reached the grassy terrain, but it can be heard above my head. The sky rumbles like a dog warning you to stay away. I try to take a step, but I cannot move my body. Nothing physical is restraining me from moving, my head is all I can move. I need to wake up. How long will this take? A man's voice whispers. This is not sleep paralysis, is it? I am paralyzed, but I'm also dreaming. Sleep paralysis in a dream? Unintelligible whispers belonging to a woman echo around, but I don't see either a man or a woman. The sky turns from a welcoming blue to a disdainful gray in seconds. The funnel starts becoming more pronounced with darker gray clouds as it gets closer to the ground. I still do not feel any wind around me, but I can hear its dangerous roar above. Wake up. I see movement at the edge of the creek. Many tiny figures crawl out of the water, towards me. Turtles, they are turtles. They are different sizes, but the majority look to be adults, and at least half of them have mossy shells. They look as if a cow licked their green hair now that they are out of the water. They start running, dragging their clunky, heavy shells across the grass. They are coming straight at me, and I can't even move a finger. I turn my head as far as I can, and I notice they're coming all around like a swarm of cockroaches. Wake up. There are at least 1,000 of them coming from all directions. When the funnel of clouds lowers down, I can feel a strong breeze hit my hair. There are more than 10,000 turtles now, with more coming from behind. There is not enough water to hold this army of turtles in the creeks, so they must be coming from far away. No matter how hard I try, my body does not respond to my commands. Wake up. The turtles stop and turn to continue their course clockwise around me, forming a circle as big as the funnel of clouds in the sky. I let loose and stop tensing up when I realize their anger is not directed at me. They are not running away from anything and are not attacking me either. Whatever their plan is, they are persistent to accomplish it. They keep adding hoops and more hoops as more turtles join behind. The wind becomes unbearable, and I struggle to keep my eyes open. How much longer? The man's voice whispers annoyedly. Wake up. I really need to wake up. None of this makes any sense, but I feel very uneasy about everything. Let me finish, responds the woman angrily. Wake up. Wham! Something slams loudly, forcing my eyes wide open. I slowly sit up on the bed, and I feel a warm breeze hit my face. The curtain is halfway open and waving a little. I can almost swear I closed it as soon as I checked in. The hotel table lamp, which is the only light on, flickers a little, and I hear scattering outside. I hurry to the window to see if I catch a glimpse, hopefully an animal. I notice the window is unlocked, so I secure the latch instinctively, adding extra safety from whatever is behind the glass. Was it the window slamming what awoke me? I've never liked the first floor. I close the curtain, hiding a few empty parking spots outside. I get back in bed, wondering how I didn't notice the open curtain before I fell asleep. It is 1:15. I lay quietly, struggling to fall asleep and trying to understand what happened. Turtles? So bizarre, that's where we are going tomorrow, so my brain must be acting up, I guess. But turtles? Why not a snake? Well, that would be even more scary. No thanks would be Sophia's response. I have to admit that I would have died in my sleep if it had been thousands of snakes slithering towards me instead. One snake was enough to make me almost poop my pants in my other nightmare. Now imagine thousands of them. Could it have been something other than an animal? Trying to get in? Robbers, maybe. They must have been the ones talking. Whoever they were and whatever crime they were doing, they saved me from those turtle-looking snakes. A funnel? Too much imagination. Maybe it was the Tliota. Speaking of Tliota, I need to use the toilet.